Somebody been out there playing spiritual chess with me. And the gag is, some of y'all daddies are the one out there putting spells on y'all. And we gonna talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A year ago, I had a near-death-like experience. And ever since then, I could pick up on energies and I could even hear from God itself. I was told it would take my soul 14,422 lifetimes to be completed. So I decided to start a social media platform so I can help more people speed this thing on up and finally get my butt up off this planet. Y'all, stressful being human, like, for real, ready to go. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Instructions for Humanity. It is me, your girl, Tahirah, your spiritual teacher. You know I teach the message, we're all one in love. Grow with me, guys. Love with me. It is going to be a great ride. Okay, guys, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I know you want to help your girl grow. Click on the like button when you come into the room because you know YouTube be hating on me. Y'all, I've been gone for a minute. But I'm back. Somebody been out there playing spiritual chess with me, and I want to let y'all know about this because this could be happening to you too. We're going to talk about interactive vision that I received and the message that I received, the healing that a divine masculine has received and is going to receive from this particular interactive vision is big. I told y'all in the beginning, there is a masculine figure, a father figure out there running amok and putting spells on y'all kids, on its own children. I'm going to tell you about the vision. I'm going to do a little prayer. I'm going to allow the divine to be with me because I want everything to come out in this video. I want to kind of go deeper into the vision, into the interactive vision that I saw of this father figure putting spells and harm on its own children. I want the divine to give me everything. Let it all come out right now in this very important video. Okay, I have my Bible out here. I happened to open my Bible, and this is the first thing that I read. I'm in 1 Samuel 28, and I think it's verse 13. I don't remember, read that. "Don't be afraid," the king said to her. "What do you see?" "I see a spirit coming up from the earth," she answered. "What does it look like?" he asked. "It's an old man coming up," she answered. "He is wearing a cloak." He's wearing a cloak. Guys, this is not a coincidence. When I went to prepare for this video, that is the scripture that I opened up my Bible to. So I'm going to tell you the vision, the interactive vision that I had and how this pertains to this scripture. The divine said in this scripture, "Don't be afraid. Tell me what you see." And she said, "I see a man, an old man, coming up from the earth. He is wearing a cloak." What does a cloak mean? What does it mean to wear a cloak? See, we're going to reveal a lot of devious things that have been happening in y'all's lives. Well, you can't figure out why you can't seem to get anywhere on this earth school. It's because a lot of people that are in your very family are the ones stopping you. They are the karmics in your life. So to wear a cloak, it is to cover or to conceal. This is what the dictionary says. To disguise. He conducts his affairs under a cloak of secrecy. So this father figure that's out there putting spells on its children, you're never going to, no one would ever know. If you said this person was doing this, people would think you were crazy because this person is under a cloak. When you're under a cloak, that means you have disguised yourself. So this particular person that I saw in this vision, an old man, he's wearing a disguise. And I happened to see him when his cloak was off. That is how I happened to catch him in this interactive vision that I'm going to tell you about. So he's wearing a cloak. So he's fooling everyone. He's doing all of these under a cloak of secrecy. He's doing it in private where you can't see. Okay. Thank you to the divine source of all. Thank you for this gift, these gifts, all of the gifts that you've given to me. Thank you for our time that we share together. The divine, I'm going to ask that you be with me through this very important, powerful message. Someone in humanity, multiple people are going to receive healing. The chains will be broken in their lives, and they will be free from this man that cloaks itself in secrecy as we walk together in divine love. Okay, this is the vision that I had, interactive vision. So, you know, when you're in that state of being awake and asleep, I was in that state. I happened to be taken, my spirit self, right, into a house. And immediately I saw a man, an old man. He caught awareness of me that I was there. He was holding a young child. The child was maybe 4 or 5, possibly 6 years old. When the man became aware of my presence, I was shocked what this old man did. Now, this man, let me describe this man to you. This man was an old man, but he was a short man. Because I remember thinking, well, the kid is like, what, 5 or 6? But this man, the kid is almost the same height as the man. So this was a very short man. Someone maybe 5'5" to 5'8" or 5'9". This was not a tall man by any means. And I got the sense that this man had feminine energy about him. So it was a short old man, but it had feminine energy. So this could be a father figure with just feminine energy, or this could be a mother with very masculine energy, because I was picking up that it was a man. But more so in this, I'm getting that it was a man. And this man had some feminine energy. But more importantly than that, that's the cloak, right? You see a man, but you feel the presence of a woman. Is it a man or is it a woman? This could be someone from the Q community. Sorry if I messed that up. You know, this could be someone like that, but more so, I'm getting, and just take this how it resonates in your life, okay? And just leave the rest for it to resonate with someone else. But what I was picking up in my spirit, this was an old man. It was a father. Now, this could be an uncle, but this is definitely someone that has fed, clothed you, and housed you. Someone that you respected. Someone that you thought was protecting you. That is what I'm more so getting, that it was in fact a father or a father figure, okay? So that's the deception, right? You don't know, is this a male or a female? So it's all part of the cloaking that's going on. So when this particular figure saw me, it immediately grabbed the little boy and started to melt into the wall, into the drywall. Me being, a woman, I just sprang into action. That's why I say this was an interactive vision. I sprang into action and I immediately put a barrier between myself and the child. As I saw the child and the old man started to sink into the drywall, their head was going first into the drywall. I immediately snatched the little boy and I swung him around with my right hand, and he ended up behind me on my right side. And I was shocked what happened next. When I took the little boy and put a barrier between the old man, the father figure, and the child turned into a grown-ass man. The child was tall. I'm talking 6'5" to 8. I mean, this was a very tall man. This was not a child, guys. And then I was like, this person, this old man, has been trying to keep this fully grown adult in a childlike state, to keep the mind of this person in a childlike state, so that this older man, and I'm getting a sense that this older man wanted to keep this child, his child, a child forever, because it had some sort of hangups on the things that it did not accomplish in its life. And it doesn't want this child to accomplish anything because it did not do the things that it knows that it should have done. That's what I'm getting actually now. So as soon as I did that, and I put myself in between the child, which is actually a grown man, and the old man, and the old man got awareness of me, and that I was stopping what he was doing, because he was doing demonic things to this child. He was doing, I don't want to say like, yeah, I mean, a spell work, but this was done, this is beyond a spell that you put on someone in the 3D world. No, this was done cloaked in secrecy. When you do something in complete secrecy, it was done in the spirit. No one could see it. That's the cloaking. That's what I read. I saw a man coming to the earth. He was cloaked. So I saw this man in the spirit world, but he was coming out of the wall. So he was coming into the world, into the 3D world. But when I made that action to protect the child, which was a man, this entity tried to get away from me, and I immediately said, melt into the wall. And in my mind's eye, I put up an additional like barrier, like almost like a brick overlay, so that this particular entity is now stuck inside of the wall. So what does that mean? This entity is stuck inside of its own trap, because it was trying to take that young child and melt it back into the walls of the house. But instead, the child, awoken, became who he's supposed to be, which is a grown, fully functioning adult. And instead, the trap that the old man set up for its child, he actually got trapped up in his own trap. So that's why I say it's an interactive vision, because I was actually taking action in it. And it was shocking and very, very surprising to me. This is the first time this has happened to me. But now I think back, a few weeks back, this was the same old man that I had a vision of. He was trying to play spiritual chess with me. Spiritual chess. What is that? Someone watching over your star, someone watching over the plans that you have for your life. And as soon as you make one move, they're going to make another move to checkmate you, to make your life and your journey harder. This was the same man I caught playing spiritual chess. And I finally caught him in the act of what he was doing to his own child. Why did this man want to do this to its own child? Besides the point that it didn't accomplish what it wanted to do, what it needed to do. Let's look at the height difference, right? This was a very short man. Shortcomings. That's what my mind is thinking of. This man came up short in its own life, was not able to accomplish things. Every time this man wanted to set out to do something, it did not go according to plan. It did not prosper. It didn't. Always coming up short. So he wanted to keep this fully grown, functioning man a child forever. But look at the height of the other man. So tall. Above the average height of a male. So what does that mean? This man, that this old man wanted to keep a child forever, is going to be bigger than most, is going to accomplish more than the average person, more than the average man. And I'm just picking this up based off of the height. This entity, this father figure, knew that and wanted to keep this man a child forever, but not just a child forever, wanted to keep this man inside of the walls of this house. When you are inside of walls, that means you are inside of boxes. What do I always tell you guys? Stay out of boxes, titles, and accolades. What does that mean? Well, the first box that I'm thinking of is your race. I can't do this because I'm a black man, or I can't do this because I'm a white man, or you know what I mean? You put these limitations on yourself because of your race. The next thing I'm thinking of is religion. Well, you know, I'm a Christian man, so the Bible says this, and anything outside of that, it just doesn't exist. Or I'm a Muslim man, and it says that I need to do this, and I need to treat my spouse this way, and this is what I need to do. Anytime you are inside of a box, you are not fully formed because you only have one aspect. When in fact, there are an infinite number of possibilities and options in this world, but you only get one aspect because you are stuck inside of a box. So this boy, this old man, soon as he caught wind of me, wanted to melt this person back into the wall of the house, wanted to keep this man trapped in this house. So another thing that makes me think of is it wanted the man to take care of matters in that house. It could be financial matters of the house, spiritual matters of the house, maintenance of the house, anything that pertains to the house. And it's not just the physical house. It could be the house of your whole family lineage of where you come from, you know? Just wanting this person to only do what it wants it to do. That is what the walls represented to me. The walls of a house, keeping them there as a child. So that when you are a child, you have no say-so. You do what your fathers say. You do what your mothers say. You eat the food they want you to eat. You do the things that they want you to do. That is what this man was doing. But I broke it. I broke it when I put a barrier between the child and the old man. And in fact, the child turned into a full functioning adult, which was so tall, which means that this man has a lot of calling on its life. But his growth was being stunted because this man always came up short and wanted this masculine figure to always come up short, just like him. But the spell was broken in that interactive vision that I received. There's something else coming to mind. I don't want this video to be too long, but there's something else coming to mind right now of how these things happen. How can, in this particular vision, yes, it was this man who was actually in the spirit world with his spirit self, putting, in fact, spells and chains on this young man. But we do this every day in our own life. So I'm going to give you an example. Growing up, I had an auntie, and, you know, everyone in my family all have, like, you know, long, wavy, curly hair and all of that. And, you know, my hair, I was just young. My hair just, it had not grown into that yet, you know? And so my auntie gave us a bath, right? When me and my cousin, whose hair was like super long and luscious and all of that. And, you know, when I got out of the bath, you know, she didn't comb my hair right away. So I just had like this huge, tightly curly fro. And her, you know, she kind of laughed at me. And it always caused some sort of like stigma of how I felt about my hair. And so even to this day, I'll have periods where my hair will grow to a certain point, and then it'll break off. Then I'll grow it out again, and then it'll break off. I'll grow it out again, and then it'll break off. It's just because that was something that happened to me as a young child, and it had left an imprint on me. So essentially it was, kind of a bit of a curse, guys. These curses that we put on our children when they're young, it could be something as innocent as like just telling them, oh, you're so much like your father, you're not going to be nothing just like your daddy, then that's a spell. It's a curse that you've placed over your child. So we've all done it. We've all said things that we didn't mean to say, or we didn't think it was a big deal, but it's all about how someone internalizes it. So that is just how simple a curse can get on you. You could be doing it, and we've all done it to people. We've all said unkind things to people that have stayed with them. So you could be doing this unconsciously, guys. You could be doing this unconsciously. But in that vision, this particular old man knew what he was doing, and he knew it so well that he was doing it cloaked in secrecy, where he knew that no one would ever find out, because it was not done here on the 3D plane. It was done in the spirit realm. And that's the same man that I caught trying to play spiritual chess with me. I make this move, he makes that move. I find out this information that will bring healing to humanity. He wants to block me here. He didn't want me to find out what was going on. But see, I work for the divine. When you answer the call to work for the divine, you become the divine. And the divine says now is the time for truth. Now is the time for truth. So a lot of y'all parents are putting spells on y'all. A lot of your family members are your karmics. They're the people set up by this matrix to stop you, to add the complexity to your life. It's not necessarily just a bad thing, because it helps us to grow spiritually. It's all about how you look at it. But this was just a very sad situation, because this if I wouldn't have stepped in, this man would have been a child forever, trapped inside of the walls, only allowed to roam around the house, never allowed to even go outside and play. Just being used spiritually. Just being used by this old man, this father, that's cloaked himself on the 3D. Like I said, if you meet this person on the 3D, you probably will never know that this person is like this, because they're doing all of this with their spirit body. They're doing all this with their spirit body. I want to see if there's any additional messages about this. I'm being led to place my hands in water just to see if there's any additional messages. The divine, what other messages can you give me about this man and this child that has been stuck and confined in this house? I'm getting the word sword. And when I put my hands in the water, I put my hands in the water in a prayer-like motion. Guys, I just have a bowl of water. And when I place my hands in water, Spirit made me place them together and then out. Two becomes one. This particular masculine, divine masculine, is going to team up with someone. And they are going to defeat the enemy together. To become one. That's what I'm getting. To become one. So what that means is this particular masculine is going to have help from others. Others are going to join forces with this particular masculine. And what was hidden will be hidden, because then my hands just spread the water to the left side and to the right side to uncover what's at the bottom of it. So two will become one. This masculine will have help, not only from people here on the earth, but also from the divine feminine in its life, and also from the divine itself. The divine is behind you, because truth is coming down now. And so what was once hidden will now be revealed. So I just wanted to point that out. I don't want this video to be too long, but we're just going to say a quick prayer and close this out. I thank you to the divine source, God of all. I thank you for this divine healing that this masculine, that many masculines are getting, to be free from the chains that bind them in the walls of homes that no longer serve them. Let them walk out the door and let them go to their own home, and let them not be held back, confined, hidden by walls ever again. All the walls are coming down. The walls have fallen down for these divine masculines. And we also do want to pray that these men, these father figures, these mother figures that are doing this to their children, we just want to pray that they see the light and that they correct their wrongs. They correct their wrongs and make things right. Okay? So much more I could say. Today, I'm going to leave this right here. We're going to pick up in another video where I talk about the karmics in your own family that are sent here by the matrix to stop you from achieving your goals. But guys, I want to say, I hope this message resonated with any of you beautiful people out there. Like and subscribe. I love you. The birds, the bees, and all of the trees, they love you too. Love is the way. Forgiveness, it is the key. And truth is that light that will always guide us home. Be well, guys. Bye.